So, you know, the sport 24 hours. I know the other YouTubers, Super GT and E and Ollie, they were having a field day with it. But yeah, I see we lost one of the guys in the lobby as well. I see there's 13 out of 16. Are you able to join again?
I've just got back in. Stream should be up 30 seconds.
Good evening, guys.
Hi guys, sorry the stream, my Gran Turismo crashed, which never happens, so I don't know if it's due to the update we just had, but hopefully we make it through this. I've got it's Suzzbox GT with Stiginator on the chat. We've got Quintus and Mr. Deaky P. Aware. Sorry to hear you had internet problems again, Deaky, my teammate. Guys, give us your thoughts while these guys are gone out on qualifying about your thoughts on the new penalty system update.
Well, it's not only the penalty, it's the new patch to GT Sport. So what they've done is they also tweaked a couple of settings, and I'm quite keen to see what the guys in the community have to say about it. Definitely a lot more lenient on contact, which has obviously brought out quite a few, lots more rubbing incidents on the track, and lots of guys. There is quite a few guys that, you know, believe it's not rubbing if you're not racing, well, something along those lines. But yeah, I was able to catch a lobby with Key yesterday, and those guys were really quite physical, but look, I mean, that was in the C lobby. So yeah, it's going okay. I think it's better.
Yeah, I've been reading on Facebook GT pages, and from what I've picked up, most of the guys were saying it seems like they've turn everything almost off again. So in a higher lobby with guys like you race with, I believe it's pretty. It's not going to give those nonsense penalties, but in the lower lobbies, I believe guys are just going full ball ramming and not getting anything, which is obviously too far the wrong way.
Yeah.
I'll have to test and see.
Yeah, we don't want the game to encourage sort of bad driving, and there were certainly some questionable incidents that I was involved in as a victim. I'll just stick my hand up right there, and you guys can go and check my stream as well. But I think on the whole, it's never going to be perfect. It's never going to be something that's going to satisfy everybody. I think if they can get it up to a space, you know, where it's 80% of you know, but certainly, I mean, you know, I think the past 6 months, I had a couple of resets as well, which, you know, when you are the victim and you've worked very hard to get your ratings up, I mean, it's not a good feeling at all.
No, I agree, but I think what they should have done is left the penalty system how it was, maybe turned down how badly penalized you get when you get a DR down. Because you get hit and you get a 5-second penalty from someone and you lose 14 SR, and then it takes you 4 clean races to make it back. Yeah. That was the frustration and why everyone got resets. Yes, there was an odd bad penalty when someone hit you or you're driving past a crash and the car touched you. But generally, if you avoided driving dirty, you didn't really get penalties. And the guys that did ram and drive like idiots, they got reset almost straight away. So now if it's off, we're going to go back to where it was 18 months ago, and you'll have everyone's SRS. And it's going to be chaos again. But it's all good. If looking at the qualifying, there's 0.010 between Ghost Killer Pace and Sam so far, with Sam coming up to finish another lap. We've got about 3 minutes left in qualifying. Sam goes into the pits for some fresh tyres. Another 0.7 back to MJ Ninja, 0.99 to KBR Fast One. So even going back to 6th place, all within half a second of pole. Anything's still up to happen.
Yeah, this is going to be very interesting. I mean, these guys are all running the same time. At the same time, we'll take a couple of splits here and there. So Yeah, I think it's battling smartly is going to be, you know, you'll see lots of winners and losers. I think the guys that are going to battle a bit too hard will let the guys ahead of them. So we'll see little groups break up, cars break up into separate groups. Yeah, it's just who's going to stick their hand up and basically get that pole and keep that pole. I think that lap one turn, one complex over is going to be very interesting. It's going to be who's going to sort of call the bluff first. So
Yeah.
I'm quite keen to see. Yeah, on cold tires, that corner was a bit itchy going through there. You know, I just hope for the sake of the race that the guys can get through there quite cleanly. And yeah, we should be in for quite an entertaining race this evening.
Yeah, we just saw KBR first set a improved lap. A bit of chaos happening further back here with guys trying to get slipstream onto the straight. R. David's one of our front runners the last few races, currently in 9th place. We got Simon, our sponsor from race 4, saying KBR Fast One's the best out there. That we're actually in one of the cars still running the auto ECU liveries. Get a better look at it there. Thanks, Simon. 1 minute 30 left, so anyone just starting a lap will probably be able to complete it. I think the last man's just gone over the line if he can do a 1:15. So
Yeah,
currently SMP3 Pros jumped to pole. Let's see where some of the other guys are on track. Okay, so here comes Fis, who won't be able to complete another lap. Doesn't improve. We've got some support for the KBR guys out there. We've also got a couple pace drivers here tonight. Kalen, as I was saying on the previous stream before, Dad got a family event. Unfortunately, it doesn't look like he's able to make it. SMP3 Prost on pole, Ghost Killer Paces moved over. Ganiwe JOO arrive and drive, sitting currently in 4th or 3rd, yeah. But he's on my screen, he's just gone down to 4th. Sam taking pole position.
Wow, 0.001. Yeah, they just went up there. Wow. I see Diki is asking for 15s, and I can vouch for Mr. Diki. He ran 15s in qualifying. So, yeah, I don't know what he done to his controller this evening, but he was running that thing in the matrix this evening. So, yeah, definitely, the guys are running quite, and that's quite a decent gap that Sam pulled on the field there. I mean, what's that, 0.2?
2/10, yeah, right at the end. We're just waiting for the host to start the race. That's Mr. Fast One, who's busy doing it now. So we've got
okay, so let's hear from the community. I mean, were you guys backing 28 of you? I mean, Mr. Yaga,
looks like KBR first stole pole by 0.02 while the clock was counting down the...
Wow. Okay, here we go, guys. I think I'm gonna go with Sam. I'm gonna put some money on Sam this evening.
Yeah, I'm gonna put a battle with Ghost Killer and Sam, but I think, as we were saying earlier, Sam's been the form man, so let's see how it goes. First few guys all seem to be clean through turn 1 and 2. Here we have boost time. Sam wants to get in front and pull that lead as he likes doing.
Yeah, there he goes, licking the stamp. He's on the inside. Let's see if he can squeezed KBR Fast Fighter plus out of the way, but Fast Fighter is not letting him go.
Some big action coming up the hill here. Few drivers very close.
simply throw a little bit of contact there, but nothing. The guys held it together quite nicely. JWO pace got the inside and he's up on the outside, so yeah, let the guys settle in a little bit over there. We clear abreast going into the corner complex over there. Wow. First lap, you just don't know where to look at. I mean, it's just racing all over the field.
Damien should be pulling over to get rid of that penalty before turn 1. There we go. I'm obviously a couple seconds ahead because I'm in the lobby.
Fortunately, I'm spectating on YouTube, so I'm seeing it with the community over here, so it is a slight delay on my side, but yeah, looks good so far. Everybody seems to be on the track and no major incidents.
Yeah, you can just run through the gaps as I'm going. Good evening, Wolfman and Rizzler. Deadman Racing. We've got everyone's still obviously very tight together, but the pack from 4th back to 13th are all in a line. There's a slight gap forming between the top 3 at the moment.
Yeah, look at the train of cars coming through here. Guys are obviously going to start using their boost buttons when they hit that main straight, and then we should see some interesting position swaps from 5th, 6th and 7th. That looks quite the guys coming on there.
Yeah, I'm just trying to change to onboard view, having the same problem Josh normally does, but where it won't let me for some reason since the race started. But
wow,
just watching this great battle here, 5th, 6th and 7th all very closely together.
Wow,
Deaky, we wish you in pool 1 as well. It's where you belong, bud. Fortunately, third world internet's giving you a hard time, but I'm sure you'll be back.
JWO pace is really composed. He's got the wolves chomping at the bit behind him. I can tell you now, R. David is, yeah, he's somebody he wants to get up to a podium position. So, and this track, if you're off the line, yeah, you could be in trouble, but it's all about ground force. So, yeah, it's how you control and look after. Oh,
bit of a move coming there.
Send it up the inside beautifully. But I see he's dropped J double, and now he's got Mr.
Ninja.
Yeah, all under his back wing.
It's a great battle. I'm just going to be going back towards the front though, check on things.
Well, sending it around the outside. Will he get it? Will he get it done? Where do we look? Yeah, Sam is gone. Sam is doing what Sam does. Yeah, it's crazy, but it's
being serious.
Yeah.
The guy received a wheel in the post and he didn't even smile. I think he was smiling inside though. So the S&P3 Pros got away from this pack and joined the front 3 that are forming that train, and then there's about a 2.5 second gap back to R. Davids and the rest of the pack. I think you did mention earlier that we were expecting a race where a bunch of battles end up forming, little breaks in the pack.
Yeah, it's just by virtue of riding off the line. I mean, you know, the guys, we could see it in the quali times. I mean, when they're on the actual racing line, they're all basically riding the same times, but when they're having to defend or attack, we were off that line, you're losing split seconds, and we can see Sirius and broke the toe and he's gone. But yeah, these guys need to settle in. And
looking at his last lap was a 1 minute 16.3. These mid-pack guys are doing mid-17s, partly because they're all riding in each other's dirty air.
Well, having said that, I mean, obviously the other thing that changed was the pit stop algorithm as well, you know, so just speaking from my race earlier on, I managed to pick up a slip from a couple of guys ahead of me, and I was able to, you know, sort of undercut the guys in the pit stop, so actually made up a position. So if
We've
the
got
guys
chaos going on here.
yeah, wow. David.
Davids needs to pick a good place to serve that half a second penalty, because if he waits till the straight, he's going to get eaten.
Yeah.
I'd serve it right about now if I was him. There we go. Moving off the line and staying out the way. Very good sportsmanship. Surprise. Ghost Climax sitting in 11th. Speed Demon in 12th. And Pung in 13th at the moment, which is this week's only relegation position. Looks like KBR Fist has closed in slightly on Sam. But yeah, still over the second gap. Second back to Ghost Killer Pace. S&P 3 Pro 1.5 back from him. MJ Ninja and Goniwe KBR pulled away from KBR Fast One. They're running together nicely, and then the pack now goes from 7th back. It seems whenever someone battles in the middle of that pack, the couple cars ahead get away.
Yeah.
We saw
has quite a bit of boosts. I mean, he's been very conservative on his boosting. So yeah, compared to the other guys up ahead.
We've got R. David still sitting down in 8th. Obviously, served their penalty just now. I still expect to see him start coming back, making some positions later on in the race, but 11 seconds behind Sam already. I don't think he's going to catch him today.
Yeah. We saw a couple of races ago, you know, on the last 2 laps, the front runners all had problems and they spun off the track. I mean, you know, these guys are good, but they're not perfect. So yeah, until the checkered flag drops, you know, let's see what happens.
See, Pung's got past Speed Demon. Sorry, I'm a few seconds ahead of you, but Speed Demon seemed to be lagging there a little bit, so I'm sure Pung's happy to get ahead. Very distracting when you're driving behind a lagging car.
Yes, that's commentating over there.
Yeah, I see you jumped off YouTube into the party. Obviously, there's space with a couple of guys not reaching, so we'll both be talking slightly ahead of the action, but you'll be able to also keep a second set of eyes on the track and tell me if there's anything further back. See, Goniwe's got ahead of MJ Ninja and pulled the heads away slightly. Got it. R. David's looking for a move on Fast One, moving all over the place. I think Fast One currently is a bit of a bottleneck there. Welcome to everyone that's joined the stream so far. Just a reminder, this season sponsored by Track Art and TGN Racing Simulators. So go give their Facebook page, social medias a like, follow. Obviously some awesome products from TGN. They do all the Fanatics, Logitech, Thrustmaster wheels, and then rigs and a couple other accessories that you might want. Track Art obviously is your 3D printed track layouts for your man cave or sim racing room, or if the wife lets you the lounge.
Absolutely, yeah. Now this battle for 7th, 8th and 9th is just something else. I mean, David, he's really putting on a fantastic show. Some proper racing over here.
Yeah, good little battle with DMR Damien at the moment. Ghost Climax also looking to get involved.
Going around the outside, will he make it stick? He tucks in under the pin, gets the drive, and now he's got the slipstream.
On the stream, I'm just Speed Demon seems to be dropping off the back, and back out front Serious Sam's got the gap another half a second, currently sitting at 2 seconds. Still 2/3 of his boost left. Tyres looking pretty good. KBR Fist hanging in there. He's got Ghost Killer pace less than a second behind him, but that gap's been pretty constant, so it could come down to fuel usage, and it looks like Ghost Killer's used about the same fuel but slightly more boost at the moment to try get back. Oh, as I say that, KBR Fist has a huge slide, so Ghost Killer needs to get on the boost and look for a move into turn 1.
Yeah, from position 12 to number 7 to position number 7, there's probably about 2 seconds across the field. These guys are really going for it. Fun and Kevin are really
just hanging on, trying to get back. I see DMR E SMP3 Pro sitting in 4th place at the moment, doing constant quick laps. He's only 4.8 behind our leader. Closed in slightly on Fist and Ghost Killer pace the last few laps, so can't be ruled out. He's got nice clean air, no one to bother him, so he's obviously in a good rhythm. Goniwe is still just pulling away from MJ Ninja in 6. Fast one, now that he's got out of that battle, has got 1.5 seconds on R. David, who's also similar gap ahead of Ghost Climax. Damien is still involved, 10th, 11th, battling away. What was the strategy pitting wise? What lap did most of your pool 2 drivers go in?
Most of the guys jumped in on lap number 13, and most of them were like close to empty. But yeah, I'm just having a squeeze at everybody's fuel. I think Sam is revving out that car, but he's got quite a lot of boost left. Those Killer pace has got considerably, he's got half his boost left. Yeah. Slightly more gas.
Ghost Killer just getting past KBR Fists on the last run into after the center S's. So obviously we just caught the end of that on the stream there. 3 seconds is a gap, 3.1 to Sam. Now that he's in some fresh air, possibly I did say he would be a contender early on. See if he can put that pressure on Sam. He's already watching his lap counter and the leaderboard, and he'll have seen that Ghost Killer's moved up his position, so
he'll know that the pressure's coming, the guys are on their way.
Yeah. Not that KBR Fist wouldn't have been able to challenge, but he was managing that gap at about 3.5 seconds. On the current lap, though, Sam has taken another 3/10, so it's fluctuating up and down the whole time.
But his position number 11 and 12 is having quite a scrap. They're like 0.2 of a second. That's Kevin and Pang 23.
Pang was in 12th. He's obviously managed to catch up and get past Kevin. I see Speed Demon chittering away behind him.
Some lag on that line over there.
Yeah, if I was one of the cars ahead of Speed Demon, I'd be nervous right now. When you're take a quick look behind you and this car is jumping around, it's always a little bit distracting. I see Damien's got a slight penalty and Pung's right on him, so Damien's serving it in the corner there. Still got a little bit left. A little bit of contact, but it's also due to the car ghosting, and every time he slows down, that's cost Pang a bit of time and let Kevin look on the outside of him.
Oh wow, what a move. He's got it done.
Yes. Penalties are quite tricky to serve on this track because those tight corners, they do start going down, but when you do slow down deliberately to scrub them, you should be off the racing line. We've got the last 3 places now in a huge dust because of a bit of bunching up there. Go back to the front. Sam's keeping the gap just under 4 seconds. He's got a fraction less fuel than Ghost Killer, but 1%, 2%, not anything that would make a huge difference. He's also got a lot more boost left because Ghost Killers had to use it trying to get past KBR Fizz earlier. Fizz hanging on to a very solid podium at the moment, but DMR E SMP3 Pro is closed in to under a second, so I think we could have a battle there shortly. And then it looks fairly static, those 1.5, 2 second gaps. First 2, we've got Ghost Killer and Gonyiwe into the pits, SMP3 Pro, MJ Ninja. You can see Gonyiwe compared to Fast One, 11 to 3%. A couple of guys that have that special skill of fuel saving. Sam's managed to pick up a penalty that he'll have to serve. 5.6 seconds ahead of KBR Fizz. So these guys are going slightly longer. Will be putting in less fuel, but obviously Sam having to serve the penalty. If I was him, I might even consider doing it going into just before pit entrance, but you don't want to actually go through the pits because then he's going to go serve it now. If you did come out the pits, that would qualify you for a penalty. Hi Kalen, Sam is winning currently, just lost 2 seconds getting rid of a 1 second penalty. So with the pit stops, it's going to be quite close between him and Ghost Killer Pace when he comes out. Sam coming in with 1%. I expect to see Fizz coming in as well, also 1% fuel.
Wow.
R. Davids is
the art of calling pit stops. I mean, they are very brave.
yeah. R. Davids has to come in. His fuel's almost done. Yeah, Kalen, we're sad not to have you here with us, but good to have you on the stream. Always a champ. We're going to ride on board with Ghost Climax. Who hasn't pitted yet. As well as Pun.
Yeah, he's got some decent fuel. Yeah, he's still got some decent fuel left over here, so that's quite impressive.
Yeah, Sam coming back out, but his lead, which was 4 seconds, is down to 2.3, obviously, with him serving that penalty. That's going to give Ghost Killer some encouragement. The current first and second obviously have to pit, and they're only 11 seconds ahead, so they will lose some time. Definitely won't come back out in front, but they might gain 1 or 2 positions on the guys they were battling earlier by staying out. Let's give them a little bit more time. Obviously, Ghost Climax, Pun should be pitting.
I think that midfield battle, I mean, that's going to, there should be 1 or 2 position changes over there based on how close they were. AWL Place in the purple sector over there. He's looking quite good.
The guys that came in still had 5 and 3% left. I think they deserve to get a discount on their monthly bill for saving fuel.
Oh yeah. Yeah, they went into hybrid mode. Yeah, no, Sam's literally got this one in the bag, eh? He's just doing the basics right and just banging in the laps, eh?
Yeah.
He's up his purple in the first sector over there already, so fresh tires and light fuel definitely.
Yeah, so I'm following Kevin and Damien, Speed Demon, all the guys that Pung was battling with. Let's see where he comes out the pits. He's come out right in front of Kevin, obviously slightly slower, but he was battling to get past Damien, so that later pit stop did briefly give him the position. Looks like they're having a bit of contact through turn 4, a little nudge but nothing serious. So battle resumed for him after one lap of peace and quiet.
It's time to get the high blood pressure going again.
Definitely.
Speed even is not too far away from them. He's within slipstream range as well, so
yeah,
this one's gonna get very interesting as the race
10th,
goes.
11th, 12th, 13th and 14th are still all battling there over avoiding that last position.
Yeah, this is the battle for relegation. This is where Liverpool is right now. I think I'm gonna get some shade on the chat over here, but yeah.
No, the Liverpool fans, they can't give shade at the moment. We got Pung looking for a move on Kevin, sitting on the outside. Damien looking up the inside now, giving.
He's pocketed for Pung, but yeah, I don't think that's the end of Pung. He'll make a comeback over here. He's not going to be happy about that.
He's inside a lagging speed demon, which must be terrible.
Yeah, he's just made up the position on speed demon now, so yeah, should be a bit better now.
Yeah. So after that penalty and dropping to 2 seconds, Sam's edged out back to about 2.8. We are watching the guys at the back.
He's picked up a penalty as well, so he's serving his penalty as well now, unfortunately.
Yeah, he was right, closing on SMP3 Pro in 4th, but that would have cost him a little bit of time. Yeah, nice and evenly spaced the second to 2 seconds between the first 5-6 cars at the moment. We do normally follow the front runners, that's normally where all the battling is, but they seem to be holding station. Keep an eye on it and go back to the battles further back.
Oh yeah, these guys are back at it there. I mean, Pung is catching up to the guys quite nicely. Damien and Kevin is almost side by side going into turn 1.
Yeah, I think that Pung's only mistake there has been right on the outside into turn 1 last time around. It cost him those 2 places. He's having a battle with Damien again.
Yeah.
Now Damien
over there, but
sitting on the outside of a car into a turn is never a good idea.
Yeah,
the more they
actually attack like that if you're on pressure tires, but all these guys are on the same tires, so there's no out and out. I mean, being on the racing line on the inside, you will automatically have that advantage. I mean, and the guy on the inside has the racing line, so there's got a bit of a
little bit wide left the gap. Damien leaving him a little bit of space on the cutback. That's just bringing Pung and Speed Demon right back into this. What would you do in this situation? If you're a quicker car, you need to get past, but getting away with the slipstream and boost is almost impossible.
Yeah, so there's no real benefit to being in the lead right now. It's maybe just waiting for, because we're never going to catch those climax. He's gone, you know. So I would not risk it as much as what these guys are, because obviously training it, I mean, puts them out of the race and in the relegation sort of. In the relegation zone, so the guys are taking chances, but yeah, I mean, they seem to be.
It's a great race so far. Nothing serious. I see DKP answering my question of what would you do in this situation. He says ram them.
Yeah.
DK, we know you don't ram.
Yeah, he's got a bumper on his controller, so yeah. I guess Kevin's just come to the party as well now.
It looked like Damien touched the dirt there after finally getting past and sent it into the shadow realm, as well as Pung getting a little bit wide and onto the grass, or possibly contact with Kevin, was just out of picture. That promotes Speed Demon now up to 11th. Pung down in 12th.
Out of the danger zone, so
Pung's nuts.
Going to be very high.
Yeah, Pung and Damien both lost 3-4 seconds on the pack, so now they can resume their battle, but now it's for relegation. Although I think they both were quicker than the two ahead, so head down and 4 laps to go. So that nothing's impossible. I'm going to switch back now to the front runners.
Cool. I'll keep my eye on this dice over here, and I'll let you know if anything happens.
Yeah, I see JOO's got back just over a second behind SMP3 Pro after serving that penalty and dropping to almost 3 seconds back. He is running out of time though, with only 3 and a bit laps left. Both are on the boost, but Ganiwe does have more boost currently. I see Kalen earlier mentioned shout out for his man JOO, running the Audi livery tonight instead of the Mercedes, so it's probably why he's the second place pace driver. Ghost Killer out front. See what Ghost Killer is running. Is he in the Mercedes? Yep, that extra 50 horsepower of the Merc engine.
Yeah, definitely paying dividends. Yeah, no, Andrew Kanikik's enjoying the dice that Pang and Speed Demon and Kevin put on for us. So.
Yeah, that was edge of the seat stuff. I enjoyed that. I'm waiting to see the comments in the WhatsApp chat later.
Oh yeah, no, there's definitely going to be some masala and peri peri waiting in the chat over there.
Not sure how. No, carry on. Sorry, I was interrupting.
No, I was saying Speed Demon has caught the slip of Kevin now, so and he seems to be closing, or just lost a couple of split seconds over there.
I'm just looking through the laps here, and on lap 17 MJ Ninja did a 15.7, which is the fastest lap, but his other laps before and after were 17s and a mid 16s, so I'm not sure what happened on that one lap, but I'm sure he wishes he did it everyone.
Yeah.
1.5 seconds faster than all his others.
And I'm not being biased over here, but I actually saw it happen in Pool 2 earlier on this evening. DTP also ran I think a mid to low 15 as well in race, and I think it was in the first couple of laps, so definitely it is possible. A couple of guys have done it, but yeah, I mean obviously the lighter the cars get the better chances of stopping in those quicker laps.
Looking through the pack, I saw Pang had got the gap from 3 seconds down to 1.6, 1.7, but only 2 laps to go. I'm not sure he's going to be able to catch back onto Speed Demon. Serious Sam setting his fastest lap 2 laps ago over 16.1, but I think we've said this before in previous races, when you out front with a 2-3 second lead and penalties can cost you 2 seconds without much effort, much better to go into 95% mode, watch your time gap, make sure you don't get a penalty and bring the win home.
Yeah.
Because I saw Lobby.
The ratio is quite hard for the you take the risks as you saw, and I mean Pang and DMR Damien, they got a bit too physical, and now poor Damien is the drivers are about to speak on him. They're about to put the handle out, they're about to go to number 2. But I think Speed Demon is just having a look at his fuel. I don't know if he under fueled, if he'll just make it home, but he's got absolutely no more boosts left. Pang has quite a few boosts left. Kevin has got quite a lot left, so I'm surprised that he's.
I think we need to add another 10 laps to this race. I mean, Sam's coming up to the finish here, currently on a fastest lap. Maybe just sticking it in there to try get the bragging rights at the end. But I could have done another 10, 15 laps of that Pang, Damien, etc. battle. Fastest. Yeah, just getting Ghost Killer pace kept him honest. Second place. Great drive by KBR Fis. Podium. SMP3 Pro. 4th. Ganiwe 5th. MJ Ninja 6th place with almost the fastest lap. Let's go back to see if there's any chance. No, I think he just didn't have enough time there.
Another 4 or 5 more laps and this, I think we would have had another Royal Rumble with these guys. bit battered and bruised, but yeah, I think they really put on a good show. Well done to the guys, everybody in this pool. I mean, what a fantastic race.
Definitely, that was good battling. Who's your driver of the race?
I was certainly entertained by that, the back of the pack. I mean, those guys, Pang, and look at there might be one or two questionable moves that the guys put out there, but nobody lost it.
There was some bumping at what. I mean, moves have to be made. It's hard to pass with these cars when you're running the same pace and downforce on this track. I didn't see anything particularly dirty or nasty there, so I mean, I doubt anyone would moan about the moves, but obviously that would then go to the panel if they did later. But definitely battle of the race, and what a show!
Look, I mean, I really enjoyed. It was a bit sort of one-dimensional with Sam once he got out in front. I mean, he's Mr. Consistency. He just went out there, ghost killer pace. What can we say? What a great drive from him. R. David, we know what he's capable of. I just think this evening,
I think everyone from lap one that wasn't in first to third lost a bit of time straight away with that break, and then as that battle kept going, it moved further and further down the pack and the gaps opened. But otherwise, possibly we could have also had a big battle all the way through the field. But that gave the first 3 a break. Then SMP3 Pro, Goniwe and MJ Ninja got away. Fast One and R. Davids were in the middle of the battle for a long time there. That cost them quite a bit of time to the leaders. I think I said it was 11, 12 seconds. Fast One ended up 21 seconds behind Sam. So those last 15 laps or 16 laps, he only lost another 9 seconds, which would have had him around SMP3 Pro's pace if he is up there at the start. So obviously a qualifying position here became quite important. For the guys still in the chat, if you have any questions, comments, put them through quickly on the comment section.
There's a lot. There's a lot of sort of for the up and coming guys. There's a lot of good things you can pick up from, the way these guys are basically putting these laps together. Consistency and pace is one thing, but racecraft is another. It's how do you, when is the right time to make a move? Is it safe? Is it, is the move on? So what are you going to gain or lose when you go for a move? So and what we saw this evening. There were a lot of hard overtakes, but there were very few victims. I can't sort of think anybody that basically was a major loser. I think on the whole the field sort of kept it together quite nicely. The quality of racing was phenomenal throughout the field. Well done to all the guys. And I speak under correction, but Sam didn't start in first position. He had to go get first position.
Yeah, from KBR Fist, who snuck in after the flag last second pole position. But well done to him for that. Not his fault the game doesn't start as soon as you hit the button. We did have a whole bunch of hosts tonight that had to shuffle around, so thanks to KBR Fast One for hosting tonight. Racing and hosting can be quite distracting, so possibly also might have distracted him a little bit from his qualifying and cost him a few places.
Simon said that he's enjoying. I mean, Sam's dominance, and he was just the driver of the day. And he got his elbows out early on that first 2 laps and managed to get ahead, and then just sort of very methodically broke the slip. I think he used quite a bit of boost to sort of break the toe, and the rest of the pack behind him got into their fights, and they were sort of sweating split seconds while he was just Mr. Consistency. For the mid 16s, I think it was.
Mid to low 16s. Like I said, not pushing too hard, and then he goes last lap and ups his fastest time by 6/10 just to show the guys he could do it.
Yeah, but it's driving like with with your finger on the boost button. I mean, he obviously paying quite a lot of his boosts for the end, and said like, you know what, I'm gonna go. And I mean, maybe what we should explore is, for the next season is like the guy that gets the fastest lap also, like they have in F1. They can maybe get 1 or 2 points.
Yeah, we have previously done that. I'm not sure why it wasn't on the agenda for this season, but I don't think next season will be in SF, so no boost button. I don't know if
Oh
that's
yeah, no, I don't think so.
a good
I
or a
think we
bad thing.
can. Yeah, but it's a look. It can work in all formats of the actual game. It's just one more thing just to keep it interesting. And I mean, it's worked for F1 where the guys are like, you know what, it's not gonna hurt. Let's go for the fastest lap. They've got nothing to lose by, yeah. But then based on this current algorithm with the pit stops now sort of being a lot longer. That then becomes a bit of an issue. But yeah, we didn't get a lot of questions in the chat about or comments about the latest update. What's the general feeling been? I mean, on your side, sir, Stephen?
Yeah, I didn't see any. Like I was saying, I think most of the reactions that we've had or that I've seen on Facebook and groups, that kind of thing. A lot of guys were saying that it's almost like they turned the penalty system from level 90 out of 100 to level 10.
Yeah.
Basically, or very few penalties given, even if they big rams. So you won't be getting those undeserved penalties anymore. But guys that do deserve them possibly won't be getting penalties.
Yeah. And we obviously saw it, a little bit of it in the race as well. There was quite a lot of contact. I think traditionally a week ago we would have seen a lot more sort of penalties being allocated for those type of infringements. But for the best part of it, I think it wasn't a sort of penalty fest out there this evening. So the guys held it together quite nicely.
Definitely.
I think in the open lobbies, I think it will be interesting. The dirty drivers, I think maybe just a note of caution that with the penalties being this lenient, I think it's going to invite all the trolls out again. So all those Forza pros are going to be coming and basically smacking you and dive bombing you and stuff. So just watch out for the Italians and the Spanish. They'll be hyperactive again on most of the FIA and the other events and stuff.
Yeah, I see Kalen saying if you add damage in this game, there would be minimal contact. I agree. It does have the damage mode. Obviously, not as severe as something like ACC, but personally, I think all races should have damage on heavy. If you get hit, obviously it's the same as getting a penalty when it's not your fault, but it would convince a lot of people to drive a little bit more carefully.
It's definitely, playing ACC, and I mean, I can only speak for myself. I'm a lot more cautious when I play that game. Not that I'm a big risk taker in terms of, it always has to be calculated, but obviously the stakes are a lot higher. If you're a crap driver, you're just gonna upset yourself, because it's not gonna be fun anymore. Knocking your car and everybody's driving away from you. So. Great point, Kalen. Damage, I mean, yeah. Do you think that's ever something that we will see in GTSSA? Where we would basically put that in?
Yeah, it's on light at the moment. I know a lot of the guys, when we did the endurance race, complained about it we had endurance racing on heavy, and the guys complaining about it. I personally love heavy damage because if you crash into a wall and bounce off, you have to pit or lose 2-3 seconds a lap. I know it's not as severe as ACC, but it will encourage you not to bounce off walls or cars. But yeah, we'll see you. Always open to suggestion, and admin do listen. Just while we still got a couple people on the stream, ladies race tomorrow night, so if any of your wives, girlfriends are interested, they're welcome to join. You can just PM me for details. I'm not sure if we'll be streaming it yet, possibly though. That's just why you've been seeing one of the liveries from for our one lady racer, Mrs. Eminem, who's the lady from Track Art, one of the sponsors. I'm always amazed watching this photo mode on the game. Are you watching the stream, Alan?
Yeah. It looks pretty wicked. I'm not a Peugeot fan, but that
No,
Peugeot looks quite tasty, eh?
yeah, not even the livery though. Just watch the car and the scenery that they drive through. It's
Oh
still
yeah, stunning.
looking forward to.
Stunning. Mind you, I was quite impressed. I mean, I had the opportunity to obviously sit in with you last week, and I watched Annika and a couple of the other ladies. Definitely, the quality of the ladies is I was super impressed. I mean, I did think that I think it was Group 4 that the ladies were riding last
Yeah,
week. Yeah, there was a lot of moving parts in terms of the tire wear model that was used for that
yeah.
race,
I was quite
I
harsh on
was
that
quite
one.
yeah. I thought to myself,
I was
wow,
testing them out a little bit.
yeah. Because I was getting quite nervous, especially with I think it was a Dragon Tail. Yeah, that was that track. I
Gardens
mean,
reverse,
yeah,
normal, not reverse.
yeah, and that thing's quite a tire cruncher as well. So I was quite impressed. Kudos to the ladies, and yeah, guys. If you're not doing anything, hop onto the YouTube feed. If we are gonna stream tomorrow, and just give us a like and a sub over there, and just yeah, keep on encouraging them. The community must grow, and we want more ladies in the sport. And yeah, we want to grow the brand, and definitely the ladies in the community are definitely putting up their hands. And I'm definitely advocating and wanting to sort of see that space grow.
Definitely. So yeah, ladies, come race tomorrow. Guys, get your ladies to come race. We had an awesome race tonight, and the girls aren't any less exciting to watch. We just need a few more of them. So go twist your girlfriend, wife, or whoever side chick. Ganiwe is in the chat, I see.
Yeah.
Not saying Ganiwe is a side chick. I just saw his name as
Oh, okay.
after I said side chick. Um,
Yeah.
so yeah,
It just becomes a bit interesting, it's like if there's only one PlayStation or one rig in the house, who gets custody, and
definitely.
it can
Which
become a
is
bit contentious. So
why
who?
that's why we have a Friday night race for the ladies.
Okay, cool. But I see the logic behind it right now. Yeah, so I
Yeah.
get it.
Although we do have ladies racing on the Open League as well. Guys,
Yeah,
I think that's about all for tonight. Thanks for watching,
yeah.
and
Thanks a lot.
thanks Stig
Awesome.
for joining us again. I might
Always a
need you
pleasure. Thanks,
tomorrow.
man. But yeah, thanks for this one, and well done to the Pool One guys. Tough luck there for Damien. Um,
Thanks. Cheers, guys.